Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. I hope you're enjoying your Saturday, and thank you for tuning in. So excited to be with you on a Saturday, talking a little real estate, always having fun. And again, did I say, man, I'm super excited to be with you guys. I missed you guys, man. It's been a long week. It goes by quickly. It seems like the weeks to the months to the years just keep running and running. We'll do a little story time, guys. Hope you're doing well. If you're tuning in the first time, my name is Ryan Coleman, owner, founder of Hometown Realty. We talk a little real estate in your backyard here in East Tennessee and try to bring you the up-to-date information. So glad to be with you. Let's do a little story time. So I was talking about my wife. We were talking with my wife the other night, doing a little discussion. And I said, well, one of these Facebook memories came up. And I said, 5 years. 5 years. I said, has it really been 5 years? So we had a goal. We were going to purchase, as a lot of you guys, purchase your new home. We were doing new construction and we wanted our new home, our forever home, right? And we set a goal and we went to go achieve it. And we were super excited. We had some pictures. My daughter was little. It was just super exciting. But looking back that as we're in the month of January, kind of seeing where your goals and where you guys are going, kind of made me think, how time is flying with everything that we're dealing with. So I popped out a video the other day and I said, hey, we got to stay focused in 2022 as a group, as a family, as a team, as a community. Where are we going? What are we doing? And what can we do to kind of thrive in our own households and keep things moving? And I told my daughter, it's never about one specific goal, but it's little milestones that you achieve on those goals. Like this is a silly thing, but we coach her in basketball and we say, we want to work to go behind the back, Kinsley. That's going to be your goal for next year to kind of see if we can go behind the back. Just little things like that, man. Fun stuff. So anyway, that's my rant on the new year. Stay focused, get your goals as a family, as a group. And if you're thinking about buying in 2022, there's never been a better opportunity. Obviously, the real estate market is ever changing. It always will. Fed's talking about raising rates. They'll probably do it. They're expected a couple rate hikes throughout the year. They'll probably do it. But you know what? I don't see any reason that the real estate market slows down. Full steam ahead. So what does that mean for buyers? Unfortunately, that means more challenges, what we saw in 2021, sellers, opportunities, but also recognize opportunities in the market as a seller that we just don't want to put a ridiculous price on it. We want to put it to an opportunity where we can get people competing. And there's still some things, believe it or not, in a good market, whether you're selling to move up to your forever home, like we did, or you're entering the marketplace for the first time and maybe you're relocating out of state or something like that. We're going to talk about 16 most popular home improvements that you're going to make that as we approach the spring market that you may want to do. Not only add value to your home, increase it for selling for more money, less days on the market, and of course, it's going to sell quicker. It means less showing. So you don't have to get the kids and the dogs and everything out of there. We can say, hey, we're going to get everybody through there real quickly and we're going to sell it quickly, right? And that's the goal, right? I know a lot of happy moms like that when we list the property, sell it quickly. Whew, you're taking a load off my shoulders, Ryan. We didn't have to keep doing these showings drawn out for months. So that is the goal. I've got some congrats, guys. I got Buffett Mill Drive, brand new listing. Congrats to that. You want to get that over in 37914. Peak Lane, it's a great piece of land out in Clinton with a garage structure. You want to definitely check that out. New price on that. 268 South Long Hollow. Congrats on the pending contract. 260 Circle Drive under contract. And 5316 Shipe Road in Coreyton. Congrats. Contract closing here in a couple days. And then our friends on Thorn Grove Pike, under contract, sold. We're going to miss them. They're out in South Carolina, but so excited to work with them. All right, so back into the show. 16 most popular home improvements. We think these are so important because in today's economy, we know everything's expensive, everything's going up, but what can we do for the best bang for the dollar? So many times we have our clients, they call us out, they say, Ryan, what do you think about this? Should we do this or am I going to get the same return? And obviously in today's market, if changing the countertops, changing the backsplash is not going to put more money in your pocket, then it may make sense not to do that, right? But we're going to talk about the 16 most popular ones And then we're going to talk about maybe you can't afford to do a whole new kitchen. Maybe you can't do all the upgrades right away. We're going to talk about things on a budget that you can do that will maximize your value. Maybe a DIY project, you, your husband, the family as a team come together and get the most money for your house here in 2022. So we talk about bathroom remodel. Everybody knows it's bathrooms and kitchens. Those are where they say, you go spend the money, Ryan, spend it in the bathrooms and the kitchens. Well, bathroom remodeling is a big, big business. Buyers love to see a bright, modern bathroom, and it's also a very, very popular way to renovate. So neutral colors, clean, sleek, white, different colors. Don't do any wild colors. We just sold, Nick, did we just sell a house? We just sold one. It's a great one. And it was a mother's house, and it's a beautiful one. It sold pretty quick. We had multiple offers. But it was the bright red tubs. It was the bright red showers. Now, we didn't do anything to those, but future DIY project, there's a company in town, get rid of the red showers or the pink. Remember the old school pink showers? There's a company that will come out there and recoat it, put like a white coating on it, make it look like new. Really makes a difference between when you're looking online. Remember, guys, a lot of the process when we start looking for homes, and a lot of our buyers we're attracting from out of state and here locally, 87% are going to start online. All right. And if the presentation is not there online or they see a DIY, maybe they've got to go in your kitchens and your bathrooms, it may affect your showability. It may affect the offers that you're going to get on the property. So keep that in mind. Showers are important to update. The vanities and toilets. We've got some of the box stores here in town that they're always having specials on some vanities, changing out the mirrors. We're doing some of our properties right now, and my team just sent me some of the vanities, and one of them had this long stripping in the dining room. And I said, what in the world is that for? So things like that don't make sense. It doesn't show well. If it's dated and the cabinets look like they're really, really worn, those are things that buyers are looking for. Even in a hot market, you want to make sure we're addressing those issues on the front end. But that does not mean that if you have a nice, clean, maybe older kitchen or older bath, right? But the cabinets are solid. It's solid wood. They got the soft closed doors. Maybe it's not the new modern sleek, but it's a solid kitchen. Well, in today's market, remember that the buyers are trying to secure a property. So they don't have to take on a $20,000 kitchen renovation right now. That's something that they could do in the future. And because you have the right price, right marketing, right team behind you, right, selling it, they were able to secure their forever home. So it all comes down to making sure you get your agent out there so we can go through those things. I can't tell you how much we talk about real estate is so centralized, meaning in our location. East Tennessee market is like no other, right? We love our Vols, proud sponsor of the Vols. We love our people in East Tennessee, man. But the real estate is just the same. So just don't think that because on a property that maybe you need to do these things, and these are broad things that we do, kitchens, baths, we just spend all this money to get the home sold. That's not the case. Each area is a little bit hotter. Some may call for it, some may not. And then price ranges, right? Price ranges also indicate what we need to do. That's why I always tell you guys, if you're thinking about selling in today's market, let us come out and talk. I can't tell you how many people that I've had call me on the radio show and say, Ryan, I'm so glad that you came out, had an opportunity to speak with you. We knew what to do. We're not quite ready yet, but we knew we were doing the right things. But even though I've sold a bunch of houses, Ryan, over my life, it was good to kind of hear your opinion. That old saying, iron sharpens irons. Getting together with a great seller and ourselves is an opportunity to kind of help you in the right direction. Because you may be thinking one thing, and I'm saying, well, you know what? I think today in today's current climate that you won't need to do that. And it's like, oh, we'll be ready 2 or 3 weeks sooner. How about the master suite? They say the master suite. Who doesn't love extra bedroom space, vaulted ceilings, new renovations, crown molding in there? All those different things in a master suite, but they could be costly. You could spend up to $156,000 for a mid-range master suite upgrade. Well, safe to say, guys, you're probably not going to want to do that in today's market. But updating our master, I think one of the biggest things that's overlooked, and it costs a couple bucks, but go to your closets. If you haven't organized your closets and closet organizers, it really makes a difference when we're showing properties. Even if you have, some of the homes are in the 90s to maybe 2000, early 2000, the closets are not huge. They're decent. But if we do a closet organizer, we're going to be in a position where we can maximize the space. A lot of the stuff, if you're still living in the home, will look so much more spacious, and buyers will love it. Buyers will love it. We're coming up on a break here in a second. We're talking about 16 things you need to do maybe as we approach the spring market, and then we'll talk about some DIY tips that you can do on a low-cost budget. You guys are listening to Real Estate Ryan. Make sure you stay with us as we're approaching this break. You're going to love the second half.
Knoxville and East Tennessee. The region is known for its rolling hills, rivers, and lakes. There's no better place to work, live, or raise a family. Home is where your story begins. Buying or selling your home is a big decision, and you need a real estate team you can trust.
I'm Ryan Coleman with Hometown Realty, your hometown experts. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let us develop a winning game plan for you.
Hometown Realty is East Tennessee's #1 real estate group and a proud sponsor of the Vols.
Your friend promised we wouldn't be homeless.
He promised. He's doing everything to fix it.
You need to call and have him fix it now.
Hey, man.
Found us a house.
No, not yet. Let me call you back. We're working on it.
Ryan Coleman with Hometown
He says he's doing the best he can do, honey.
Well, he's taking too long. I knew we should have gone with Ryan Coleman.
Choosing the right agent is never easy.
Call your hometown experts. We'll take care of all the details and make sure you don't get stuck in a motel. All right, guys, back from a break. So glad to be with you, talking about a little real estate, talking about 16 tips you need to do if you're going to renovate in 2022. We know spring market's coming, and then the opportunity with that is, here's some of the things that I think that you may want to do to maximize your home's value moving forward. So mid-range, we were talking about master suites. That can be costly. We're talking about closets on the first half of the break. Let's talk about a basement remodel. How many homes that we have now in today's opportunity? And this is probably one of the most overlooked opportunities in the real estate space. I say, Ryan, well, what can I do to increase my value, get more money for my home? And some of you guys have an unfinished basement, and it just depends. So the older the home, sometimes it may be more challenging. But let's say we got that basement and we got one of the rooms finished, but you've got a 2,000 square foot basement. And although it's studded out, maybe it's got the ceiling and electrical in the ceiling. What would happen by putting a little flooring down, a little drywall or some drop ceilings, just to kind of create that blank canvas, right? That blank canvas of that opportunity. Well, basement remodels could increase your value by $21,000, adding game rooms, family rooms, maybe professional, like a personal bar. What's really big, we got to have our movie rooms, man. If they're gonna, we work all week and we come home on the weekends. What's better than movie time? I know I don't get enough of it with my kids and family, but a nice theater room or things like that are super entertaining. And so that's a big plus. And depending on the square footage, depending on your price range, in the $500,000 to $800,000 range, we're talking way more than $20,000 added to your value. So think about that when adding value. Adding square footage is, especially basement, is the cheapest way in a budget to increase your value. Okay. Let's talk about decking. As we approach the spring market, which will be here before you know it, is decking. A lot of times buyers go out on the deck. We're thinking barbecue, springtime. We're going to be out with the family. So if you have that decking that's, the paint's chipping away, or maybe you've got some rotten boards, make sure you take time to look at the composite decking. There's some Trex options out there. But even if you don't just replace it, tighten it up, give it a little paint job, fix any loose or broken balusters, right? And make sure we spend time in that opportunity there. Curb appeal is everything in the real estate market today. They say, right? They say if they pull up in the front yard, pull up in the curb, and they're not seeing that vibe, that energy, okay, and the doors looking sun, where the sun gets it a whole lot. Maybe we're in spring. We haven't got the spring flowers out and haven't got the landscaping yet. If it's not inviting on the front end or in the pictures, then buyers may not be open to setting an appointment. And you say today, Ryan, probably if there's a house on the market, they're going to see it no matter what. True. True, that could be the case. But could that be the difference between one or two extra offers on the table that drives your price up 5%, or we just get one offer? So those are things that make sure we spend time on the front door, matting, curb appeal, different things, making sure all of our lights are taken care of, all look in the same color. We don't want a yellow light and a white light. These are big deals. These are the devil's in the details what makes a difference between selling your home X price and then selling quickly for more money on competing offers. So, and then it goes all into our marketing, which our marketing team will talk to you about. We'll talk about exterior, but as we're talking about exterior, and if you're tuning in for the first time, guys, my name is Ryan Coleman, Hometown Realty owner, founder, and we do this show, Real Estate with Ryan, every week. Proud sponsor of the Vols. And this is credit to my friend Dave Ramsey. These are some of the tips that we've got from our friend Dave Ramsey. And as you know, we're a proud sponsor, proud ELP of Dave Ramsey and the group. If you need us anytime while you're tuning into this broadcast, 693-SOLD, or my website at ryancoleman.org. I always got to do those plugs, guys, because if I don't, my marketing team kind of gets on me. So I'm just trying to stay in compliance, okay? And if you're listening to us on streaming and media for the first time, we're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and we're on the TikTok, man. We're on the TikTok now, so we got some videos there. Follow us, like us, show us some love, support. Always enjoy being with you guys. Our guys work hard as a Hometown Realty Group team here, trying to give you the up-to-date information, great content, and helping you in this real estate market that is ever changing. So back to the exterior in the show. So new exterior is key. You know, if you've got that old wood siding and looks dilapidated, maybe we can paint it, maybe we can change it out. There could be a $10,000 value there, and it really can transform the value and just the overall look of your home, okay? New windows. Now, that's a key. Some of the properties that we've talked about is putting in new windows. Well, some of the properties in the 70s or 85s, 78 to 85 range, you have those old, you ever seen them, those old thin windows, they're metal. Seems like I keep buying a lot of those properties. Those can be costly. And not only in today's market is it costly to replace them, they're weeks and months out. So if you guys, that's why I want to talk about it now. If you're thinking about replacing windows and really give that different look, because, you know, listen, you may spend $2,000 now, but the buyer may want 5,000 credit or more, or 10,000 credit, right? Because they don't want to go through that hassle. So these are things that you want to get with your expert, your professional on, and whether it makes sense to order those windows now and hit it for the spring market, or do we price accordingly, or maybe even offer a credit to get the home on the market before things change even further. Just something to discuss there. Roofing's key. Got a great client of ours, listed, sold it twice, and we had an issue with this roof, so we're getting it replaced. But the hardest thing you want to do when you list a property is have a house come out of market, out of escrow, and whether it's inspection or any reason that's a buyer flag. Say, you know, most of the agents call me and they go, "Uh-oh, what happened? Why did it fall through?" It's like, it happens. Like, not every deal closes perfectly, guys. But they want to know: was it inspection? Was it leaning? Was the roof off? These are things that I get asked. But as for a seller in today's market, you know, making sure that we're not putting a home on the market, and you know that it's on this last leg, just like that HVAC. You know it needs to be replaced. You don't want to spend the money. But the challenge when we get into roofing is, number one, the banks want to see at least 2 years life expectancy on the roof. Okay, that's a minimum. But what happens if we do an inspection and the inspector says the roof's shot? And then that leads into other things. So then now we're on the market, we're in pending status, and now we got to put a new roof on. And guess what? All the contractors are busy, right? Especially coming out of the spring market. So now we got to put a new roof on. So then we're waiting, and then we're waiting for them to get there. And then there's material. And guess what? Nobody has any material. And so we go through that cycle before you know it would cost ourselves a month on the market. And then we could have missed potential buyers that are in that opportunity. So look at your roof. These are some of the things that you have to do in that opportunity. Attic insulation is key. Energy is number one. That's very, very important. HVAC, we talk about that. Roofing and HVAC. HVAC, if you got a couple years, one of the biggest things I suggest is making sure you have it serviced before going on the market. All your inspections, roofing, mechanical, fireplace, HVAC, what do? Inspectors come in, they do an inspection, and they say, oh, I don't know anything specifically about that. I want to refer it to my HVAC. Meaning, if we're on the front end and have our service and our cleaning and says everything's working well, we're going to avoid any potential negotiations on our inspection. We're going to avoid them asking for a new unit just because it's older, but it's running. It's got probably 10 years left on it. It's going to avoid any kind of conversations about the HVAC. So prioritize what you do. We talked about hardwood flooring. Flooring is key. A lot of that LVT flooring, especially in basements, opportunities like that make a big difference. Bathrooms additions, we talked about that. New walk-in showers, all those different things. So one of the most important things is walk around your neighborhood, look at homes online, see what they're selling for, see what's in your competition. That's going to give you a gauge of what you need to do. Do a little bit at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself. Work within a budget, right? My friends at Dave Ramsey appreciate that. Work within a budget. Don't overspend, and make a decision whether what that budget is and where you're going to allocate so much, because we don't want you to spend too much more money and some of it may not be needed. Definitely don't go into debt doing the renovation. Market could always change, and you don't want to go above and be out. Let's see what else is important. We talked about some DIYs real quickly. Crown molding is key. There's something about a dining room or something about some rooms. Adding crown is big. Painting the kitchens or maybe updating the kitchen cabinets. These are things DIY you can do on a short budget. New lamps, new light fixtures. There's nothing like a new fresh coat of paint. And then furniture, right? Furniture, staging, and declutter, my friends. Declutter. We all have a lot of stuff. Storage units are encouraged. If you have our fur babies like we do, maybe it's time to put them up, crate them, or take them to a friend during showings, have it smelling good, deep cleaning. All these things line you up for success in 2022 in the spring market. If we could ever be of service, if we can help you with any of your real estate needs, we're always here. We've got your back. Proud sponsors of the Vols, your Tennessee Realtor. Ryan Coleman, Hometown Realty, and our team, 693-SOLD, 693-SOLD, or you can visit me at ryancoleman.org. You guys have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week.